The United States came close to significantly escalating tensions with Iran last month, with senior military officials examining plans for a potential ground operation to seize Iran's highly enriched uranium stockpile. American media reported that General Dan Caine, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, made a secret and urgent trip from a meeting of senior NATO officials in Brussels to the U.S. Central Command headquarters in Tampa, Florida, on May 19th, to receive in-person briefings on the proposed U.S. military operation. Reports suggest the briefings focused on plans for American ground troops to enter Iran and forcibly seize the country's highly enriched uranium, a key component required to produce a nuclear weapon. People familiar with the matter also told the American media network that the discussions were so sensitive and urgent that they required Caine's immediate return across the Atlantic. General Dan Caine later briefed U.S. President Donald Trump on the military options under consideration. However, Trump ultimately paused the proposal after being reportedly warned that such an operation could trigger severe Iranian retaliation, prolong the conflict, and create further disruption to the global economy. Reports also suggest that Trump had expressed concerns about the possibility of significant U.S. military casualties in case his administration was to go ahead with the proposed ground operation. In an indication of how close Washington came to a major escalation of the conflict with Iran, an official familiar with the plans recently told CNN that there were lots of risks involved, while stressing that it was not surprising at all that Trump decided against authorizing the operation. Meanwhile, Iran is believed to have considered an economic nuclear option if ongoing negotiations with Washington collapse. Several experts have raised an alarm, saying Iran could direct the Houthis in Yemen to close the Bab el-Mandab Strait, which is a critical global shipping route. While the Houthis have not yet resumed large-scale attacks against American or European vessels, the Iranian allied armed group has repeatedly warned that Israeli-flagged or Israeli-owned ships remain its legitimate targets. As reports indicating a possible U.S. seizure of Iran's enriched uranium emerged, the Islamic Republic is also believed to have significantly increased efforts to secure its near-weapons-grade uranium stockpile. Iran is said to have deliberately collapsed tunnels and placed explosive mines at tunnel entrances amid concerns that Washington could attempt to seize the nuclear material. Multiple reports suggest that access to approximately half a ton of Iran's highly enriched uranium is now substantially more difficult, dangerous, and time-consuming than it was a month earlier when Trump was publicly suggesting that the U.S. military could move to secure the stockpile. Analysts believe that these additional fortifications could complicate any future peace agreement, as Washington has insisted that Tehran would be required to surrender its enriched uranium for removal and destruction outside the country. The international community believes that most of Iran's uranium stockpile is located within collapsed tunnels at the Isfahan nuclear complex, while some material is stored at other facilities. Experts now say that even Iran itself would face a difficult and risky operation to retrieve the uranium stockpile, requiring heavy excavation equipment as well as demining efforts. A former senior American official involved in nuclear material removal operations recently told U.S. media that the situation could allow Iran to argue that part of the stockpile is no longer recoverable, potentially complicating efforts to verify the complete removal of the material. Analysts say any future effort to remove Iran's enriched uranium under a negotiated agreement would likely require a specialized mobile uranium processing facility operated through the U.S. National Nuclear Security Administration. President Trump, for his part, has insisted that securing the uranium stockpile remains a priority in negotiations aimed at ending the conflict and reopening the Strait of Hormuz. However, experts say that even experienced nuclear removal specialists would require considerable time to complete such a mission.